Today, the Supreme Court heard arguments on whether a federal ban on firearm bump stocks is legal.
All right, so that ban went into effect following the deadly Las Vegas mass shooting in 2017 that killed 60 people. But even though this case deals with firearms, this actually isn't a Second Amendment case. Rather, it's focusing on what the government can and cannot regulate. So bump stocks are devices that modify semi-automatic rifles to fire hundreds of bullets per minute. And former President Donald Trump ordered the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms to ban the devices after the Las Vegas massacre in 2017. So now, a gun store owner from Texas is challenging it. So let's bring in Chief Legal Analyst Clive Rhodes to this conversation. So what is the gun store owner actually arguing?
That I don't have a machine gun, because the only way that the bump stop could be considered a machine gun is if it was a machine gun. That's his argument. And this little piece of plastic that you put on the back of my firearm that now converts a regular stock to a bump stock and now transforms my trigger to me only holding my finger is not what the Congress intended when they passed this. This legislation happened way before the 2017 shooting. It was 1930 when they were attempting to get rid of machine gun usage. You're talking about Al Capone and other gangsters like that, because they recognized that police couldn't keep up with a single fire pistol when they had machine guns shooting 70 and 80 bullets in a half a second. And so they outlawed them back then. The rules have progressed over the years. Probably 1986 was the most recent time that Congress touched this. But then, as people always are trying to find ways to get around laws, the creation of the bump stock. And I listened to oral arguments today. It was interesting that the Supreme Court justice, while most of the time they are not knowledgeable on some of this innovative topics, they all were very familiar with what a machine gun was, what a semi-automatic rifle was, and what a bump stop was. But they were asking pointed questions specifically to define the definition of a trigger pull. Because if you look at the statute of what a machine gun definition is, it's a single pull of the trigger that allows the firearm to be fired. And that's really where the argument
Not the firearm itself.
Not the firearm itself. It's that movement. And so Justice Thomas was saying, well, what's the difference between me pulling the trigger with a machine gun and this bump stop? And the counsel for the state for the country did an amazing job by saying, listen, you're not pulling the trigger with this bump stop. You're literally just pulling the gun into you. And as you pull it into you, the recoil is mimicking that trigger pull. And so the argument will really come down if they believe that's in the true intent of what Congress was trying to get rid of, which was access to firearms. And if you've ever seen one of these videos, you can pull a trigger really fast with your finger, but you can't shoot 600 shots per minute like you can with a bump stop.
And this is really just getting down to the fine details of it all too. But this is something that both sides of the aisle, they seem to be on the same page, because the Biden administration, they're for this, correct?
Yeah, the Biden administration is for it. Former President Trump administration was for it. This is normally one where you would see both sides coming together, but it's the individual buyer, because when the ATF made this a rule, because they don't make law, when they made this a rule, it made everyone that had a bump stock now a potential to be a felon. And so you had to turn it in or be subject to 10 years in prison and a fine.
I started this conversation by saying this is not a Second Amendment issue, making that very clear, because I think when people hear stories on guns, it's immediately they have in their mind what they think that is. Explain that, though, further so people can really understand that.
I mean, they're not attempting to say you can't own a firearm. They're saying that we have an obligation as Congress to regulate the types of firearms. And if we can show that there is a compelling interest, that's what any law, that public protection is way more important than your constitutional right in this instance, then we can limit the types of guns. Machine guns is one that Congress says we don't want people to have. Now, has this bump stop created your regular semi-automatic AR-15 into a automatic firearm? And the argument, it literally comes down to the pull.
You know when we're expecting a decision on this?
Probably late July.
Late July. Okay.
All right, Clive Rhodes, thank you. Appreciate it.